Hey, this is Joe from Pop Culture Zoo, and we're going to right now go over and talk to Eric Trautmann and Brandon Well, we would, but apparently they haven't shown up yet. Maybe they've slept in. Maybe they had a little too much fun last night. I don't know. We'll check back later and see if we can find them. Hi, this is Joe Dilworth from Pop Culture Zoo, and I'm here with Eric Trautmann, Brandon Jerwa, and...
What?
Jerwa.
Say it hard. Say it hard.
Jerwa.
Thank you.
Okay. And Joe Rybandt.
Hey.
Three luminaries from Dynamite Comics right now.
Luminaries.
My wife taught me that word.
You can edit that out in post, right?
Yes. I think that'll happen with most of this. So now that we actually have Joe here, I would be kind of curious to ask, what did you think when Eric not only wanted to clothe Vampirella, but also Red Sonja to a certain extent?
Well, we didn't let him clothe Red Sonja right away.
Okay.
And with Vampirella, we were more than happy to take his gut on it and not do. We didn't when we bought the character. We didn't want to do the same thing that had been done with the character for the last 20 years at Harris, and so we were more than happy to give it to him. And she's in the costume on the cover, much to his consternation. But and with Sonja, I mean, alternating between the chainmail bikini and the chainmail, all that stuff, I mean, we have no problem doing stuff like that, So as long as it fits the story, I mean, no issues.
Fantastic. And Eric, you're writing probably two of the strongest female characters right now in comics. How does it feel that that's what you're doing?
My stock answer to that is, well, it beats working. I've done work, and this isn't it. I'm enjoying it. I'm enjoying it a lot more than I anticipated with both characters. I had been familiar with Red Sonja and enjoyed the character, but I've never written that kind of material for publication, not since my D&D days. And I'm just having a ball. I feel very comfortable writing both characters and finding a voice for each one that I hope is different. I do have the advantage of a strong female presence in my life anyway.
Thank you. Thank you.
You're welcome. He is woman. Hear him roar. It's not uncommon for my wife to say something, and for Sonja would say that.
Right. Right.
That helps a lot. Having a grand time. So.
The fact that your wife carries a sword also probably helps immensely with that.
And a chainmail bikini.
Well, I thought that was kind of a given. But,
It chafes though.
Yeah.
So as much as you can say, what do we have coming up for both characters?
Well, in the case of Vampirella, they're how far can I go?
What have we talked through? Like at least the next arc.
Okay. After the resolution of the current storyline, the Crown of Worms, we're going to get a little bit more insight into what makes vampires vampires as a result of that arc. And following that, we'll have a little bit. We're going to widen up a little bit and see it isn't just Vampirella. She has some unexpected allies that haven't even been hinted at yet. There will be a recurring regular support character who has been introduced at this point, and the next short arc called Murder of Crows features probably the three most messed up villains I've ever come up with. It literally came to me in a nightmare. They're ghastly. I'm very proud of them.
I have read the script for that, and it's terrifying. Like, they're creepy. Creepy.
Yeah, I had this dream. I woke up, I told it to my wife and said I'm going to use these for Vampirella. And as often happens when I explain this twisted thing I've come up with for a comic, my wife just smiles and nods and then asks what you want your wife to ask you. What the hell is wrong with you? That never gets old. That's how I know it's good. In the case of Sonja, after the events that have just unfolded in Persimia, the war season arc, there will be the brief interlude just happened, and we're launching right into the next arc, which builds off of what happened in Shem. And I haven't even talked to him about it, but I'm hoping to hook it all kind of back into Stygia next.
I'm sure it'll all be fine.
Do you approve that?
Yes.
Thanks, everybody.
Yeah.
Heard it here first.
Excellent. It's on record now.
Lots of magic, lots of stabbing, armies colliding, chainmail. It's awesome.
That's what we would expect. Fantastic. And Brandon, you have a fantastic book coming up, Eva and Hack and Slash.
Yes,
you get to play in a playground that you have before and play with some new characters. How is that book coming along?
It's coming along very well. Tim Seeley, who is the owner and creator of Hack Slash, and I go way back to the thing with the stuff and the G.I. Joe and the guys. And I love Tim because anybody who knows the story of that book knows that, I mean, the guy is independent to the nth degree and has done great things to keep his baby alive and, you know, fix problems that have come up along the way in production of it. And the fact that he wanted me to write this, huge honor. And so I'm having fun. You know, I said one thing at the beginning to Joe. I said, you know, Eva's the daughter of Dracula. I would like to do a book with no Draculas.
Yeah, I've been meaning to talk to you about that for Vampire.
Yeah.
I think we're a little vampire heavy.
Yeah, Eric
Vampires
and I
are so
suddenly
2015.
Yeah. Eric and I are suddenly the Vampire Brothers. We had dinner with Kurt Busiek last night. It was like a vampire meeting. We never actually discussed vampires. So I'm doing that. It's a mature reader's title, so there's some swearing, some titillation, some furries. Oh my God! Oh no, not in the book. Not in the book. Sorry, I was alarmed by something I saw over there. I will ride you. Anyway, so
You should get a shot of that. That's
you really should. Yeah,
turn
for
around
context.
We'll edit that out in post. It'll be
No,
fine.
we won't.
I'll go in the private collection. But,
So we're doing that, and Eva, like with the character of Eva, I try to avoid the things because she came from another time and is now in modern time, and I don't want to do that. Oh, she doesn't know what a toilet is. You know, I mean, like I hate that.
Who
stuff.
doesn't know what a toilet is?
Well, somebody from the time when they didn't have toilets, ostensibly.
Oh, right.
But one would presume they'd figure it out. So I want to avoid that kind of stuff and get into more the conflict of, you know, how Vlad and Cassie from Hack Slash are these sort of horrible but wonderful anti-heroes who do what they do and are very not religious people. And then you have Eva who believes she's on a mission from God to destroy all the monsters. And so that for me is the in there. And we've got lead characters who aren't going to get along, which is always fun. And it will be loud and noisy and bloody and bad. And
What is your inspiration for that relationship?
people who don't get along or understand each other's ideologies. No reference. there.
Okay, I
Not
was
at
just
all.
curious.
Yeah.
no veiled references or anything?
Why veil them?
I don't like you.
The interested parties should
Sorry.
recognize
Yeah.
it.
Prettier when you don't talk.
It's true. This is the fact. You know, of course, Joe suffers through both of us sending him these gauntlets of alleged literature. I put more words on a page than he does, I think, right? Would you say that's fair?
Yeah, no, I just choose to put the useful ones in. So, you
Oh.
know, that's, I'm kidding.
No, that's okay. Hey, and you know what? Pants are character development. Don't let anybody tell you different. Anyway, we love each other, and Joe, we have to
tolerate
love.
you.
Yeah.
Joe is our reluctant den mother.
Yeah.
Fantastic.
Well, Joe, Dynamite's coming into 2011 pretty strong. What do we have to look forward to for the rest of the year?
The biggest thing coming up is Kirby. You know, a lot of our focus is on the Kirby book, which is, of course, Kurt Busiek and Alex Ross coming back together. Alex is doing interior work in the book. Kurt's writing the book. We're going to be taking some of the Kirby stuff out of the book and doing some other series. That happens starting in May. Everything else, you know, still doing the boys. We just put Garth's other book out, Jennifer Blood, which is getting some really cool reaction. I'll just say that when issue 2 comes out, the opening page is quite possibly the greatest opening page in a comic book ever.
Excellent. Well, knowing Garth, that should be interesting.
Yeah. So, and then some more Warlord of Mars. Warlord of Mars is doing really well for us. So we're doing a Deja Thoris companion series, and actually Robert Napton. We haven't announced this yet, but Robert Napton is going to be writing a book called The Fall of Mars, which takes place well before Carter ever appeared. So when Mars still had oceans and the evolution of the Martian people, and we're having fun with that stuff. So personally, the Burroughs work on Warlord of Mars was like a formative chunk of my preteen reading. So I'm very happy to be working with it. So
Cool. And so since you're here, I can ask you: is the Burroughs license just cover John Carter stuff, or is that also let you play?
yeah,
with
no,
Tarzan?
we're just doing Warlord stuff.
Okay.
Just doing Warlord stuff.
Cool. Great. Well, gentlemen, thank you very much for your time. It's been great to talk to you, as always. And
You can actually use some of this? This is
I-
the first for us, I think.
yeah, I think so. Most of the time, it's like I got to cut. Okay, never mind. Anyway, I'm Joe from Pop Culture Zoo. Thanks a lot, and we'll have more later.